Would you like to apologize?
Nah.
Why?
Cause what's done is done. I ain't gonna have no remorse, they ain't gonna have no remorse. So I mean, I'm gonna keep it just like I sent it. I did everything individually for a different reason.
Commonwealth proved to the jury that Beale tied up Czavi'er Hill before he shot her with her gun in her bedroom. He later set her house, dog, and car on fire. Beale also confessed to shooting Clifton Baxter, a man he referred to as a father figure.
Baxter was a Vietnam veteran battling prostate cancer at the time. The reason Beale gave for killing Baxter was that he didn't give enough money when asked. We spoke with Baxter's sister after the verdict.
Would you like to apologize?
Nah.
Why?
Cause what's done is done. I ain't gonna have no remorse, they ain't gonna have no remorse. So I mean, I'm gonna keep it just like I sent it. But I want the electric chair cause I'm ready to leave on, I'm ready to move on. That's it. I mean, it's over with.
He's the type that always want things handed out to him. You know, you don't want to work, you're not gonna get nothing for free. If you want something, my mama taught us, you have to get out here and work for it. And be honest. It's real hurtful. Because my brother raised him and he felt like he treated him just like he was his son. So how could you take his life like that?
I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get this over with. The family's sitting right there behind them. Like, they gotta come back to court again to watch me get sentenced. They're ready to get it over with. I've been ready to get it over with.
His sentencing is set for July 2nd. This verdict means he could spend the rest of his life in prison. When he is sentenced, that's something he says he tries not to think about.
That can play with your mind too, and to think you're gonna be looking at four corners for the rest of your life, and I'm just 32.
Listen, whatever you do this season, don't quit. I know it's getting difficult, I know it's challenging, I know you feel like your back is against the wall, but trust me when I tell you that God sees you, He hears you, He knows you've been faithful, and right when you think you can't go any further, He's gonna show up and blow your mind. Don't quit.
She was a master's degree holder, a motivational speaker, a successful entrepreneur building her own company. He was a registered offender. Multiple felony convictions, a man who couldn't even keep a steady job. She had everything going for her: education, ambition, a future. He had a criminal history stretching back nearly 2 decades.
Updates in the case of the Norfolk man accused in a killing spree that left 3 people dead.
We did some digging, and it turns out the father of the suspect killed his stepmother in 2014. Beale IV was arrested late last night in Hampton after U.S. Marshals, Norfolk Police, and Virginia Beach Police worked together to pick him up. Beale is the son of Beale III, who was convicted of killing his own wife in Maryland back in 2014. It is a lot to unpack.
Violence ran deep in his family. His own father had been convicted of killing his wife just years earlier. And yet, somehow, 31-year-old Czavi'er Hill believed she saw something worth saving in 30-year-old Beale IV.
Today is a new day. Don't let the failures, the fears, the doubts of yesterday stop you from being your best self today. God has gifted you with everything that you need to accomplish all the tasks set before you. You got this. Pray, plan, and execute. Scissors. And I love that that's how God is with us. No matter the situations we experience, no matter the circumstances we find ourselves in, God does not change His mind about our purpose. Now, we may choose not to operate in that. We may choose not to function and how God created us, but it doesn't change His mind as to why He made us and what He wants to use us for. It's an awesome thing to be reminded that you're loved and you were created intentionally, that you were created on purpose. And this is such a we're approaching the holiday season, and there are often times where we start to feel depressed and downtrodden because maybe we can't do for our family members like we want to. Maybe we don't have family to be around. Maybe we don't have loved ones to be around. And it's easy to get lost and it's easy to forget yourself. But this is just a reminder that you are loved. You are loved by a Father who sits high and looks low. You are designed on purpose. You were created in purpose. You are living on purpose. And so I challenge you to seek this one that loves you, to seek our Father in heaven, to find out what your purpose is.
Her parents warned her. Her friends raised concerns. But love, or what she believed was love, made her blind to the danger standing right in front of her. When her family finally began asking real questions about what this man was truly bringing into her life, those questions ignited a rage so violent it would leave 3 people dead in just 4 days. Did you shoot your girlfriend and burn her house down? Yeah. So you killed her on Tuesday and set her house on fire on Thursday? Exactly. You killed Mr. Baxter on Wednesday? Yeah. What day did you kill Downing? How does a woman with so much potential end up with a man who had so little to offer? And why do accomplished women keep choosing dangerous men who ultimately destroy them? Hello, and welcome to Crime Core TV. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story takes us to Norfolk, Virginia. 31-year-old Czavi'er Hill was living what many would call her best life.
Here you go. Let me go, Coy. Yeah.
She inspired people without trying.
What I was doing, it was something I knew God had given me to do, and I was just figuring it out as I went along the way. But you all were so kind, so gracious, and incredibly supportive as I figured it out. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And here we are with season 2. I know it looks a little different, but we are still bringing the same great content, still the same encouragement, shining our light, giving love, all rooted in God's word. So I hope you're ready to get started, because I've been talking enough.
Czavi'er was vibrant, sociable, brilliant. From kindergarten through graduate school, she thrived academically. She wasn't just smart, she was gifted. Identified early and never stopped excelling. Her passion for communications started young. By high school, she was a certified on-air radio announcer. Her talent earned her recognition as a Parsons Scholar and a full scholarship to Norfolk State University. At Norfolk State, she co-hosted the campus talk show Golden Message. Her charisma was undeniable, but she didn't stop there. She pursued a master's degree in human services counseling while actively working on a second master's in strategic communications at Regent University. She was driven, focused, relentless. She was also a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, known as Static Electricity, a name that perfectly captured her quiet power. Czavi'er built her own company, 114 & Company. She helped small businesses with branding and digital marketing. She was a life coach, a motivational speaker, a brand consultant who genuinely wanted to help people. Her social media was filled with encouragement, messages meant to lift others up.
For whatever you can to keep your spirit lifted and to keep your mind, your heart focused on God and what He's doing. But some days it's just hard. So one thing that I found that works for me is music. So I hope they bless y'all like they bless me. Here they go.
One post captured her spirit perfectly. Today is a new day. Don't let yesterday's fears stop you today. God has already given you everything you need. Pray, plan, execute. That was Czavi'er Hill. Accomplished, educated, purpose-driven. A woman building a future and helping others build theirs. And then there was Beale. While Czavi'er was earning degrees and building businesses, Beale was building a criminal record, one filled with warning signs that should have sent anyone running. In 2005, an incident involving a victim under the age of 13. In 2013, a guilty plea for robbery, conspiracy, and use of a firearm in a felony. These were not small mistakes. They were violent crimes. Crimes that sent him to prison for 5 years. In 2017, that earlier incident resulted in another conviction. He was required to register as an offender, another year behind bars. Even on probation, he couldn't stay out of trouble. In 2019, he was arrested for DUI on Naval Station Norfolk, found guilty, sentenced to jail. Violence didn't stop with him. It ran in his
involving
family.
the Beale family. As you said, the father, Beale III, was arrested back in 2014. The victim from 8 years ago, Beale's wife, June Beale. Police found her dead in the Beale's home and arrested Beale III in Norfolk. Back then, the medical examiner says June's cause of death was blunt force trauma. A year later, he was found guilty of killing June and sentenced to a mandatory 25-year prison sentence. Now, fast forward to last week. Beale IV is now behind bars, accused of killing 3 people in Hampton Roads. First, last Thursday, police found 31-year-old Czavi'er Hill dead in her home on Baccalaureate Drive near Virginia Wesleyan University. What started as a fire investigation turned into a homicide. Police say Hill was shot to death and confirmed she and Hill were dating at the time. Then on Friday, a fatal shooting on Linda Court in Virginia Beach. Officers found 73-year-old Clifton Baxter dead from a gunshot wound. After Beale's own father went to prison, neighbors say Baxter became a father figure and raised Beale. Then Monday, police found 32-year-old Downing McLean dead in a home on Sewell's Point Road in Norfolk. We just learned he also died from a gunshot wound. McLean and Hill were friends, would often play video games together. Now, police say Beale knew all 3 of these victims, and these were not random crimes. Just like his father, Beale IV is in jail right now, facing multiple homicide charges.
In 2014, his father was convicted of killing his wife. 2 people from completely different worlds, yet somehow they found each other. Beale claimed to be a music producer, posted equipment, talked about beats, but like everything else, it was mostly fantasy. He provided nothing, not financially, not professionally, not emotionally. Still, Czavi'er cared for him. She defended him. She loved him, publicly. On his birthday, she wrote, "My love, it's your day. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for loving me. Your heart is the biggest I know, my king." Reading those words now, knowing how this ends, is devastating. She saw good where none existed. She believed faith could fix what was broken. But behind the posts, she was living with a ticking time bomb. Her family noticed. They asked questions, reasonable questions. What does he do? How will he provide? What is his plan? For Beale, those questions were a threat because they might convince her to leave. 15 months in, she was changing, seeing clearly. And for a man like Beale, that was dangerous. March 22nd, 2022, the argument escalated. And then, Beale turned his rage toward her dog, Prince. He planned to pour bleach on him, set him on fire, make her watch. She begged him, "Don't hurt the dog, take me instead."
In a jail interview to explain why he did what he did to each of the victims.
So, in the beginning, everything was good. Like our life was good. But the whole reason they kind of switched it up was like a week ago, when her parents tried to get involved in our relationship and tried to turn her away from me, or like ask about me and how I provide for her when I was providing very well. And it just made her like start to act different. I had been there with her for almost what, 16 months. And they had never like came to check on her. I only seen them come to check on her like twice out of like almost what, a year and a half. And I had been there for her emotionally, physically, and spiritually, but it was like when she tried to move on to the next chapter in her life, when her mom asked like, how will he provide now that you about to get a good job, how will he provide? I was getting ready to launch a business. I didn't just up and just wake up and do this.
What happened? You had a gun? Where'd you shoot her?
I shot her in the head. But I didn't just do that. She told me I put the dog inside of the room. I put the dog inside of the room. And I had it snapped already. I was saying red. So when I put the dog in the room, I was about to set the dog on fire. And she told me, she said, no, don't do nothing to the dog. You can take me and do whatever you want to do to me instead and let him live. So I did that. I did exactly that because she started making a lot of noise. I did exactly that.
When asked about his adopted father, he said this.
He basically raised me. He basically raised me. Like I was raised with him for like 15 years, but at the same time, when I needed him the most, he wasn't there. So at the same time, when I needed this and that, just something to get on my feet, he tell me he ain't had nothing. But when I killed him, I found like $20,000. So this whole time, if you had gave me $1,000, I would have been good, just to make it back. Yes, I took. Anybody would take the 20 grand. If you hit the lotto, you gonna take the 20 grand, right? I'm just asking. I mean, you ask the question, I'm gonna ask questions too. Anybody can take 20 grand if they see it and ain't nobody gonna stop it. It was just so much hate I had for him because when I was growing up, he was there, but then he just stepped out of my life. So when I finally tried to make that bond with him, he act like he wanted to help. He was there, but then he wasn't there like I needed him. And even though I tell you in distress what I need, you tell me you don't have it, and I end up killing you, and now I find out you had everything I needed. I didn't need 20 grand. I probably needed like 1,000 just to get myself situated. But when I kill you, when I find you got 20 grand, you've been lying to me this whole time.
As regards his cousin, he said this.
So at the same time, he had seen both bodies. My cousin had seen both bodies, but he laughed at him. He made it seem like it was a joke. To me, it was something like, okay, I didn't want to do it, but I did it because I was snapping. So in the midst of everything, I was put to take care of some things with him for some people that wanted to kill him. So I already done snapped. So I'm like, I'm ready to put in some work. I'm ready to go take care of some people that trying to take care of you before I get killed. So in the midst of doing that, he's snapping on everybody that's around us. I'm in here trying to help save you because I already done snapped. My life gone. You laughing and joking and talking stuff and like yelling and everything and you out of control, drinking, whatever. So I tell you to calm down because I already killed 2 people. So I'm already seeing red. You still talking to me irrationally, whatever it is. I said, let me find people who wanted to kill you. For some reason, you can't find them, but they can find you. So if they find you and I'm with you, they gonna kill me too, right? So I said, eventually, you gonna have to shut up talking like that. You talking crazy. So nothing went down. He started making a scene. I told him to calm down. And still started talking reckless at the mouth. I told him calm down. Then he tried to put his hands he just tried to charge and put his hands on his girlfriend. So at the same time, I was like, look, I had to break that up. I'm like, I'm over here to kill somebody for you that want to kill you. But you in here trying to fight your girlfriend and you worry about stuff that don't even matter to me. I just killed 2 people. I got fed up with him because he kept talking like you not about this, you not gonna do nothing. Like, bro, I just killed 2 people. You don't think I'm ready to shoot again? So he just kept going off and started getting loud and raging. So I went right in the kitchen and shot him right in the head. He didn't drop. He just kept moving in circles. Then I shot him in the back to make sure he hit the ground.
Would you like to apologize?
Nah.
Why?
Cause what's done is done. I ain't gonna have no remorse. They ain't gonna have no remorse. So I mean, I'm gonna keep it just like I sent it. I did everything individually for a different reason.
Beale IV is facing murder charges in both Norfolk and Virginia Beach.
He shot her in the head, just like that. 2 days later, he returned, burned her house down, and left prints inside. The fire destroyed everything. Her body was found inside. Cause of death? Gunshot wound to the head. 12 hours later, he killed again. 73-year-old Clifton Baxter, the man who raised him, shot in the head, money stolen, left to die alone. Then, his cousin, Downing McLean, shot in the head, then again. 3 victims, 4 days, no remorse. The legal process followed. Multiple jurisdictions, multiple charges, aggravated murder, arson, abduction, animal cruelty. Ring camera footage told the story. The argument, the silence, the gas can. When the guilty verdict was read, he shouted, Can y'all get this over with? Guilty on all charges. At sentencing, families spoke. A father called him a monster. A mother called him a coward. A sister asked how he could kill the man who raised him. The judge was clear. I have never seen someone with less regard for human life. 4 life sentences, plus decades more. No parole. He will never walk free again. But justice cannot restore what was lost. Czavi'er Hill, Clifton Baxter, Downing McLean. The lesson is simple. When people show you who they are, believe them. Do not excuse them. Do not try to save them. Your life is too valuable. Rest in peace, Czavi'er Hill. Your light was taken too soon. But your story may save others. That's it for today's episode. Stay safe, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.